Hi, how are you guys? I am coming to you from the lovely Percy Inn in, where am I? Portland, Maine. Very excited. I'm teaching a class today at one of the offices up here in Portland. So I came up last night. I got a hotel. It's a house. It was built in 1820. How cool is that? Took myself to dinner, and now I'm getting ready for the day. So I wanted to pop on and talk a little bit about interest rates. I've been having this conversation with a lot of agents who are frustrated because their buyers don't want to buy anymore because the rates have gone up. Okay. So they're asking me, the agents are asking, what do I say to these buyers to get them to buy? Okay. Couple things. First, it's never a real estate agent's job to convince a buyer to buy. And no one's actually said those words to me, but that's kind of the vibe that's just out there in all the Facebook groups and what I'm hearing when I meet with agents one on one. We never want to convince anyone to do anything. It's a matter of number one, finding buyers who are motivated. And by motivated, I mean they have to buy something, they have to move, not just, we're renting, we're happy, but we think maybe we want to buy something. Those are probably not the most motivated buyers unless they have some other circumstance in their life. So, number one is find actually motivated buyers, people who have to move for some reason. Number two is explaining to the buyers that yes, rates are higher, they're still historically low. We're creeping up on the average with the decades of interest rates. The average, I think, is almost 8%. There's a graph somewhere. So explaining to them just historically that it's not crazy. In fact, back in the 80s, there were double-digit interest rates. So there is potential for them to keep going up. However, we don't know that. We can't predict that. We can say that it's highly unlikely they will come back down to the threes. Again, we can't guarantee, but we can assume that, that would be very surprising if they got back to the threes. So this is the situation. Basically, point number two is explaining the situation without any emotion. Okay, give them the facts. Here's where we are. Does this still make sense to you? Tip number three is advise them to go talk to their financial planner. You're not their financial planner. You don't know if this is going to be a smart move for them. You don't know how much they should spend. That's a combo of the financial planner and the lender, those conversations. And then once they talk to those people, circle back to me, the real estate agent, and I can help you find a property that meets your needs. Okay? But we should not be involved in those financial planning decisions. If somebody asks, should I buy now? I don't know. Should you? Don't say that. That's rude. But I don't know. Let's get some more information. What's going on in your life? What does your financial planner say? What does your lender say? What makes sense for you? All right. And number four is providing them other options. So maybe they're not qualified, maybe they were qualified for this type of single family that they want, but now that rates have gone up, they're no longer qualified for the budget that they want. They can't get the type of house they want. Okay, what are your other options? A lot of people don't know that they can buy a multi-unit property, live in one, and have other people pay the rest. It's house hacking concept. So you can educate them on that. It might not be for everyone, of course, but it's an option to provide the information and let them decide. Okay. Another piece of information that's important is you can just Google this. There's graphs everywhere, charts everywhere, but it's the net worth, the average net worth of somebody who's rented for, I forget how many years, 20 years something, versus somebody who has owned their primary residence. And you can just see those numbers are wildly different. The average net worth, I haven't looked at it in a while, so don't quote me on the numbers. But I feel like I remember the homeowner net worth was somewhere around 200 grand and the renter was like 7. It was a big difference. So Google that graph and find it. And you can show people that. Again, it's not convincing them of anything. It's just saying, in your overall financial picture, this is something to consider. Maybe even take that and show the financial planner. I'm sure they already know. But yeah. So asking a lot of questions, finding the right motivated buyers, staying in our own lane, which is helping a buyer find a property that meets their needs. It's not as much figuring out what their needs are on the back end. All right, hopefully that helps. These are some conversations to have. One way to tie this all up in a nice bow and have a reason to reach out to all of your buyer leads is to put it all together in a nice buyer presentation. So that can be on Zoom, that can be in person, it could be an event. It's, hey, interest rates are the highest they've been in quite a while, not forever, but a while. And let's talk it out. Come to this event. Here are some alternatives. Here's some things maybe you didn't think of. Maybe they have some cash and it makes sense for them to go buy an investment property somewhere cheaper. I'm in Massachusetts, like it's very expensive. So people are buying things in Florida and Ohio and Arizona because they can. That's what they can afford. And then they're still making their money work for them, just not their primary residence. That's an option too. I'm getting off track, but hosting an event. I had this idea yesterday, shared it with some of my agents, and rent out a restaurant, not the whole restaurant, but like a back room. And that sounds sketchy. You know what I mean? Like an event room. Bring in a lender, bring in a financial planner, have the conversations, make it fun, make it light. It's a reason to reach out to your people. All right, that's all I got. I gotta go get some coffee and teach this class, and I will see you guys soon. Oh, P.S. If you ever want me to come teach a class at your office, just let me know. Let's make it happen. I love this kind of thing.